ATL is no stranger to extravagant concerts and shows. And based on the light show we've got going right now, things are heating up in Hotlanta tonight. Welcome to venerable Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, home of the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Virginia Tech Hokies, taking on the 24th-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Hokies will kick it away first. He'll bring it out. It's Taylor. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. So Georgia Tech's offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
And defensively, you've got to know this guy, man. He's got some wheels to him. He'll get outside the pocket. You can't let him outside the cage. Those ends have to do a good job of keeping contained. When you lose it, this is what happens. He can get outside, can scramble, and can get first downs.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Quickly out to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollack off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollack cut it off.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much, and the defense made him pay. They get a massive, massive sack, and this offense loses a ton of yards.
They'll send the back in motion. On third and long, no secret what he needs here.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense.
The Yellow Jackets decide to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. So Virginia Tech's offense will go to work for the first time. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on second down. Dropping back, it's Drones. Makes the grab. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Hokies are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. Oh, better look out. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
And the Hokies have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. A strike downfield. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. If the Hokies can keep this up in the passing game, that'll make them touch that Hokie stone with a little more enthusiasm.
Yeah, it'll get them jacked up. It'll get them excited. A lot of times with Virginia Tech, man, we've seen it. It's the defense. It's the special teams. But when they can get that QB throwing the ball down the field and create some balance, it's when they have their best teams.
Got it in the middle. It's Selden. They get him down at the 34-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup and a 1st down.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You can tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Stewart. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. To the air, it's Drones. Finds a soft spot in the middle. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Routes like that are great times to be quarterbacks. I got great, fast, speedy guys on the outside. Quick drag route, get the ball in his hands, let him do the rest.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1.
On defense, when they line up with numbers and they line up on your side, you're like, you're ready, it's coming right here. And then all of a sudden they mix in counters and they pull 1 or 2 guys and go back the other direction. That's a really good job by the offense keeping the defense on their heels.
Got it back on 2nd and goal. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hokies. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. He marched 78 yards down the field and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. He'll pull it on the read. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
The play action fake. Hit as he throws. Got his man to the left. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking downfield, it's King. Wide open downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
And the Yellow Jackets getting set on 1st and 10. They'll leave it with the lone back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying play action. Pocket breaking down. He'll pull it down and run. Making a little bit of progress there. He gets it to the 40 before getting out of bounds.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the 1st down at the 34-yard line.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
3rd and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Fires deep toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. And you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Looking downfield, it's Drones trying to set up the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
And on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Fires to the tight end. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
The Hokies will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking downfield on first down. He lost one down the sideline. He's got it! Touchdown, Georgia Tech! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. With the catch, it's Selden. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Drones. He's got an open man. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. He keeps throwing it like this for the Hokies, and the defense will have to sleep with one eye open.
And the defense is going to have to grip those pillows tight, because when a QB gets going and spinning it with the ability to run the football too and the diversity in this offense, it can be tough, and the Hokies fans will be excited.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Green. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Hokies have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Yeah, I love that the QB understood I'm going to put some stank on this. I'm going to throw it as hard as I can quickly, right when he's breaking out of that curl. Nice job getting it to him quick so he could get a 1st down.
Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense can get a jolt of momentum headed to the locker room if they can take the lead here. Back to throw, it's Drones. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, heat that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. He'll keep it himself. It's runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. The Yellow Jackets with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll try the run. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. That'll be 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Dropping back, it's King. Oh, they're after him. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB, because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And he is sacked as the defense adds a little emphasis to wrap up this 1st half.
4th down.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Georgia Tech.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
And the Yellow Jackets will kick it off to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. He gets across the 20-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 23.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
That's reeled in. It's Green. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, it's a great job by the receiver fighting back across the DB there to get to the inside, locate the ball, and catch the slant.
The Hokies line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to sneak it. And the Hokies will have it 1st and 10. Looking for a crease. It's Stewart. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Racing down the left side. The 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Hokies.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And what a way to finish, a 70-yard run to the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Makes a move. He found some really good running room on that one and just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. They go to the ground. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Motion from the back. Scanning the field. It's King. Flips it out to the back. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Only a place to be tackled immediately.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Looking to the big tight end. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
And they needed that one, and that took every bit of concentration by the wide receiver there. That was awesome. Big third down. You got to make the catch, but you got to make sure you stay in bounds. And he did a really good job of securing that and keeping the chains moving.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, or they get good matchups. And man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
He stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare. The Yellow Jackets now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to throw. It's King. Gets it to him on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Gets the back moving. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Grab near the marker. It's Rutherford. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker.
Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
They'll try to get the 2-point conversion here and make it a 3-point game. From the gun. He's got it. 2-point conversion is good, and now they're within a field goal. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. This guy's fitting right into that dual-threat quarterback legacy at Virginia Tech, which included certainly guys like Tyrod Taylor.
Guys that just make you hold your breath. They can make people miss, make sensational plays, things that are just so fun for fans to cheer and rally behind.
From the gun, the ground game. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
The Hokies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Running back searching for a hole. Got room to work. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Looking to pass. It's Drones. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Looking for space. It's Stewart. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. There he goes. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
And the Hokies back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Looking to throw on first down. And the timing just a hair off.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll move the tight end. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Got the first down and more. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game. The Hokies kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Sends it back in motion. Back to throw, it's Drones. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
And the Hokies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And these drops can be very frustrating because you know he wants the football, and he demands the football. Dadgum, receivers a lot of times will walk in the huddle, throw me the ball. And I've heard worse stories than that and worse language, but calling for the football, got to make plays, man. That's how you get more balls thrown your direction.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Finds a tight end down the gut. Tight windows, no problem to grab the tackle, and it's first down in the red zone at the 10. And that's a first down for the offense. The Hokies started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll send the tight end in motion. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Makes the catch. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
This is one of those unique situations in a game as a head coach. You're trying to feel the momentum, and what's your confidence in your quarterback? Because you've got fourth, you're in field goal range, but you've got the weapons to get one more completion and ice this thing. So do you kick the field goal or do you go for it?
That is no good. It's still a 3-point game after the miss.
And that's frustrating. I mean, you put a drive together, you're in scoring zone. Like, this is a green zone. You should be making all of these kicks, these short field goals, the chip shots. Kickers have to come through. They got to do their job.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the big fella. Good, solid pickup on that one. They got it out to the 40, and it's first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, it's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Got a man, it's Rutherford. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Looking to throw, it's King. Got his man.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
And the Yellow Jackets with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Quarterback on the keeper. Across the 25. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense.
And this QB is dialed in. You've already seen the passing ability to make plays down the field. But how about this? Running the option as well. The diversity in this offense, really hard to stop, and he's having a day.
The Yellow Jackets come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! And they moved out front here in the 4th.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space in the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the 4th quarter.
Now for the extra point try late in the game. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Makes the catch. It's Selden. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
In this offense, they got another positive gain, but I think they're going to have to start pushing the ball down the field a little bit. Got to make some plays. That clock is not your friend. You got to speed up, maybe work the middle of the field a little bit, but make sure we get first downs, and the rest of the time work the sidelines.
Off the play fake. Right down the middle. That's caught. It's Heath. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Lining up from the 34 on first down. To the air. It's Drones. He's got his man across the middle. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those first downs. Get those big chunks.
Pulls it in. It's Heath. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field. But you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your second and third read some, but we got to stay aggressive.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Finds the tight end. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46.
Well, bad news, he didn't get the first down there. The good news, though, he got out of bounds, stopped the clock. They still have one timeout, so there's a lot of time still in this 2-minute situation to march down the field and get a score.
And the Hokies are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Fires left. Almost intercepted, and that might have been the ball game if he had held on. Instead, it's fourth down.
And if you're the defense right now, you've given up some yards on this drive, but you've got a possession lead. You just need one more stop. After that last incompletion setting up fourth down, do you blitz? Do you try to speed up the QB? Let's find out and watch.
Trying to keep the drive alive. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. The Hokies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Drones. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Timeout call by the offense. 29 seconds left on the clock.
Man, and we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
He'll pull it down. Complete to the left. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a first down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game. And the Hokies had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Going for 6. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
Man, the offense, they can taste it. They're on the road in a hostile environment. In a 2-minute situation, they're trying to rip this game away from the home team. They take a shot into the end zone, being aggressive. I love the play call, but it falls incomplete.
Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Looking for the score. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, guys, fourth quarter, you're trailing. You know that they're going to be throwing the ball and trying to be aggressive and try to climb back into this one. Couldn't come up with it there on second down. Let's see what happens on third.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Touchdown, Virginia Tech! got the lead here in the fourth.
And the timing had to be perfect. Down here, this close to the red zone, the windows to throw into are so small, but the quarterback, his receiver, on the same page. And with that touchdown catch, they now take the lead.
If he makes this one, the lead will be 3, and at least a field goal won't beat you. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And what a way to end it with what is likely the game winner in the final seconds. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They get to him as he throws. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
And, man, this is a tough spot to be in as this offense. And the defense is so deep, and you wonder if that's why they threw the ball underneath. But, golly, with the clock where it is, you have to get somewhere down the field to give yourself a chance, an opportunity to maybe be successful at the end of this football game.
It's incomplete. A last gasp effort, and the defense finds a way to survive it. With yet another unranked team taking down a ranked opponent, does a portal help level this out a little bit where it's really difficult to know which team should be ranked in the first place?
I think the portal certainly helps. At the end of the day, though, they just wanted it more today, and that win is going to help recruiting. It's going to help their confidence moving forward. I know this, David, every team on the rest of their schedule, they're now taking account and notice of this team.
And I completely agree. Like, you start to build momentum, and then momentum helps you find more guys in the portal and helps high school recruiting. So big ranked win today. And who knows, maybe this gets them in the rankings in the near future.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.